Hello, my name is James Dingman, and I've been in the residential real estate business for almost 40 years. I've been a broker, a salesperson, I've owned offices and managed them, and I've been a consultant to some of the biggest real estate franchisors in the business today. But since I got my very first real estate license way back in 1976, something has bothered me. And it's the percentage-based real estate commissions that are typically charged in our industry. They just don't make sense. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about.
Let's consider the case of two houses located in the same city, in the same neighborhood. Here is 123 Elm, and a few doors down is 234. Both are nice houses, but 234 is bigger. It has an extra bedroom and a two-car garage. Both houses are listed and sold by ABC Realty, a fictional company I've made up for this example. ABC charges home sellers 6% of the sales price as commission. Now, we all know that real estate commissions are negotiable, but for this example, ABC is going to charge 6%. So, 123 Elm sells for $225,000. Where 234 Elm sells for $305,000. It was the bigger house, remember? The seller at 123 pays a commission of $13,500, but the seller at 234 Elm pays $18,300. That's $4,800 more than his neighbor paid. But why? Did he get more advertising? Did he get more open houses? Or did his agent work $4,800 harder? I don't think so.
Here's what the guy at 234 Elm Street got for the additional $4,800 he paid. Absolutely nothing. Doesn't make any sense at all. But you know, the strangeness of different people paying different amounts to accomplish the same thing in much the same way is only one of the ways in which percentage-based real estate commissions are crazy. Did you see the size of those commissions? I mean, $18,300 to sell your house? That's a lot of money. But let's take that more expensive house, 234 Elm Street, and let's drill down a bit and see if we can understand why the real estate commission is so high.
Remember, it sold for $305,000, and the commission was $18,300. The listing company knows that in all likelihood they're not going to find a buyer for this home. Some other real estate company will have the buyer. So the first thing that will happen is the commission will be split equally between the two companies. Then, each of those companies will split their portion of the commission between the agent and the office. For ease of illustration, we'll assume it's a 50-50 split between the agent and office. So the homeowner at 234 Elm Street is not just paying one commission, he's paying four. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is where it gets really interesting. Suppose the company that lists the home, ABC Realty, actually does find the buyer. Suppose there is no other company or outside agent involved. What's the seller going to pay then? $18,300. See, I told you percentage-based commissions are just crazy. But check this out. Suppose the homeowner goes to work a few days after listing the home for sale with ABC, and she learns that her coworker from out of state has been transferred in. She tells him about her house and he gets all excited. He starts jumping up and down. He decides to buy it. She sold the house herself. But you know what she's going to have to pay? Yep, $18,300. And why? Because in traditional real estate, one size fits all. There is no flexibility.
You know, traditional real estate agents are fond of saying, it's only 6%, you get to keep 94%. But if that home seller is like most of us, he's probably got a mortgage that's got to be paid out of that 94%. For example, let's assume he's got a $220,000 mortgage to pay off. Now that $18,300 commission represents more than 20% of that seller's equity, and that's pretty steep. Good news is, it doesn't have to be that way. There's an alternative. It's called Help You Sell, and it's a full-service real estate company that charges a low set fee instead of a percentage-based commission. And sellers who work with Help You Sell can save thousands over what they pay a traditional real estate company. Let me show you how.
Let's continue to work with 234 Elm Street, the $305,000 house. There are 3 ways it could sell. And remember, ABC was going to charge $18,300 no matter how it sold. The first way it might sell is you list with Help You Sell, they crank up the marketing, but suddenly you find your own buyer. Maybe you talked the house up at work, or your neighbor knew someone. Or maybe you decided to hold your own open house on Sunday afternoon and found your buyer that way. In this case, all you pay is the low set fee. The fee varies by office, of course, but in the $300,000 range, a fee in the neighborhood of $4,450 wouldn't be unusual. And oh, by the way, the neighbor down the street with the $225,000 house, he'd pay the same $4,450. It's a set fee, not a percentage-based commission. If the house sold this way, Help You Sell would write it up and process the sale to closing, and the seller would save about $13,850 over what ABC would have charged. Not bad. But what if one of the buyer agents working in the Help You Sell office finds the buyer, brings him over and sells the property? You'd pay the same low set fee, but you'd also pay the buyer agent fee, which can vary. In this case, we'll assume it's the same $4,450 for a total of $8,900 and a savings of $9,400 over what ABC would have charged. The third way your house might sell is through the MLS, where another broker brings in the buyer. You'd still have your Help You Sell marketing fee, that doesn't change, but you'd also have to pay that outside broker and agent. Now, you'd set compensation up front, but for this example, we'll assume you're offering 3%, or $9,150. Still, even when paying an outside broker, you're saving $4,700 over what ABC was going to charge. Now that makes sense, doesn't it? It's flexible pricing, and you win.
Like I've been saying, percentage-based real estate commissions are crazy. They don't make any sense at all. So if you want to sell and you want to save money, call Help You Sell, where pricing is fair and logical, where it makes sense, and where you can save thousands of dollars.